Good evening, everybody. I hope you all are doing good. Sorry, could not make a video for past 2 days. Not feeling too well. We'll get this link posted and we'll get started here. We'll be real quick as we already know our levels here, so won't be too long. We'll just give it a minute here and we'll get started. Pretty decent setups coming up here. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. All right. As always, it will be recorded. So, Sarah, yes, doing it live. I have somewhere to go later, so I'm gonna do it. And plus, I was feeling bad. I haven't done it in the past couple of days as my voice was gone again. Hello, good fellas. All right, let's get started real quick here. SPY, look at that. What a beautiful melt up rally today. Yes, it was on low volume, but again, low volume can also give you these kind of melt up rallies. So here it was today. Yesterday was definitely a bear trap at the end of the day. After it came back to test, this 380, it was just retesting it. We actually fell below this 90 MA2 yesterday, and it almost felt like we were going to gap down. But market makers had different plans for today. I think yesterday definitely was a bear trap, and I did pick up calls here yesterday, and we sold it at this 390 level. I did not really think that we would pass through this 390 today, but it definitely did it. As you can see right here, since April, we haven't been able to get above. This thick blue line is your 50 SMA. All right, and this is what the hedge funds keep an eye on. They want to see this cross. So this is like one hurdle to get through, so they get some confidence in buying. So there is this one hurdle. We are trying to get through it. Again, we are not done yet. As you can see in April, we did it one day. We were above that, and the next day, look at this candle. It was a bearish engulfing candle the next day. So we are not done yet. Of course, we would like to see it open above 50 SMA, which is currently, as of today, is at 391.48. So we want to see it open above that and hold tomorrow all day. We do not want to see it come back down. Otherwise, this rally will be as good as what we had here in April. All right, so this would be, this is what it would look like right here. It went above that and then boom, 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 all the way back down. So we don't want to see that. We definitely want to see this open above that, and above this, again, we have a nice target all the way up to 401. We have a gap fill. So if we can hold on to this 50 SMA, guys, this is all you need to look at. Rest is all the noise. As long as this 50 SMA holds on, I think the next level we are going to see is around 400 to 401 area, because this is your gap fill where SPY needs to fill it. All right, coming to the Qs, the tech world. Tech world, finally. I know you guys have been listening to me over and over again all these days right here. We are trying to fill this gap, but now it finally did today after hours, which is at 299.23. So we already filled that gap. Now we need to see if we can push through that. Our next target would be 302.40 area, roughly. So this is where the next target for the Qs are. Now that push will all depend on, we have Tesla earnings, and then next week we have all the other big techs coming in too, Google, Amazon, and all that. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this 299 level. As long as it can hold on to that level, I think we are good to go for 302 area. But even if it comes back down, I mean, it might, if when we break through these kind of tough resistance, which is your 50 SMA, this blue line, they usually come back and retest it. So even if it does that around 292 to 293 area, if it does that, that would be a nice area to go long as well. As you can see, your 9 and 21 are crossing on daily too. So that is another positive. So overall, it does look bullish. Amazon, there you go. You guys have it. It totally invalidated this head and shoulder pattern. It is above all the EMAs and SMA and above the tough resistance. As you can see, long time it could not get above this 117 area. Finally, today we closed above that. Now tomorrow is going to be a bigger test to see if it can hold above that. So as long as 117 holds, you can buy, at least maybe next week's, you can have a ER run up. Maybe you can buy 120 calls for next week and keep your stops right below 117. So your risk reward is high on this trade. Plus, you'll have a bigger expansion on this trade as well. The IB premium will go up because the ER is coming up. So win-win over there if it wants to stay above 117. Tesla. Well, this one is all on the ER now. It all depends on ER, what it wants to do. Is it going to break through this long term? Where is this? April, March? Yeah, April. There you go. Since April, this trend line, it has been below that. So it all depends on the ER tomorrow. If it wants to break through this or want to break through this 700 level, which has been a pretty decent support. So these are the two areas you're going to watch, 700 and this, I'm going to say roughly around 755. If it breaks through that, I think we see 800 pretty quick. But again, if it's going to gap up for the ER, we have no idea what they're going to do. Google was having a really tough time getting through this congestion right here. There was a 50 SMA, there were the EMAs and everything. So what I'm seeing here is, it is following this pattern. Look at this, like this, here, and now we'll see if it wants to push all the way up to this 121 area. So this is the line. Let me change this color so you guys can actually see. There we go. Okay. Ignore my crayon drawing, but you get my point right here, right? So this is how it will look. It is following this pattern right here, which is also a big ass bear flag. So keep an eye on this one. As long as this 113 holds tomorrow, I think this one is going to push through 120 by earnings, which is next week, I believe. Boeing, I'll be keeping an eye on as well tomorrow. See if it wants to get through this 100 SMA above 158. I have a trade idea for you guys over here. If you guys want to follow that, let's see how we do tomorrow. I would go long above 158. I would buy next week's 165 calls on this one, with target being 167 to 168 area, which is your gap fill zone right here. So it can easily push up to there if market participates. But I was short below 155, but not, I would keep this as a day trade. At most, it would come back down to 150 zone. So there's a BA trade for you. Let me know how it works out for you. Qualcomm, I hope you guys joined this one. I'm still holding one position on this one to see if it's going to come and retest this 50 SMA around 150. That's where I'll take my last 1/4 of the profit. Let's see if it opens over there. But as you can see, this has been a pretty hard resistance for Qualcomm. But while all these semis and everything are running and they're above 50 SMA, I think Qualcomm might make a push as well. So let's keep an eye on this 151 level. If it gets through, I will roll my position to 155 or 160s for a couple of weeks out. Hello, Karim. All right, Target. I still have small position, but I'm going to add to my position here. I love how it's looking. There was a volume. It's decent. It's breaking through the resistance. The RSI is curling up nicely. The EMAs are curling up very nicely. So I think this can easily push up to 155 zone and then test this 50 SMA around 160, 161 zone. So this will be my next trade. I'll be keeping a very close eye on this one. I still have the position left from earlier this week, but I'm going to add on to that position again. I already have 160s for August, I believe. All right, we did have Netflix earnings, which was, according to me, again, just my opinion, it was not that great. It was just like they were estimating losing 2 million and they lost close to million. And they think it's a good thing to do, and they're also guiding down. So I really didn't see anything exciting in their ER. I mean, as a long-term investor, if you would ask me, I would say, please no, thank you. But hey, it was beaten down and they were looking for any small thing to positive to pop, and that's what they did. But I was not in that play at all. I don't play earnings. But we did play Roku, and we have Disney Leaps. We caught Disney at this 92, 93 zone, which I think I'm going to hold on to it. I think it's going to head up to 110. So keep a close eye on Disney. This would be my next trade. I'll be definitely keeping an eye on it. I think this one might run up to the earnings as long as this 9 EMA holds. As you can see, that has been a struggle for Disney, and it has been beaten down quite a bit. So as long as 100.74 holds on to it, that is your 9 EMA as of today. I think this one is headed to easily 109, 110 zone. So this would be a nice trade as well. Make sure you buy some time on Disney because it moves slow. So at least buy a month out expiration. NVIDIA, there you go. Finally, folks, it is right here. Again, since April, it has not been able to get above this 50 SMA. And today the volume was fantastic. I think more than anything, Pelosi helped a lot of people following this trade because Pelosi was buying quite a bit of shares on this one, and everybody followed Pelosi on this one and made really good chunk. We also made good money on this one today as well. So let's see if it can hold on to this 167.70 zone, which is your 50 SMA as of today. As long as this 167 holds, guys, this one is headed for this gap fill right here to 180.50 area. So this can be also a really, really nice trade. So keep an eye on this one as well. I think all the dips on this NVIDIA might be bought. If you get anywhere between 160 to 165 to enter, at least a couple weeks out, I would buy this one. All right, folks, this is all I have for you today. We'll see what we get tomorrow. And just a quick recap on SPY. Watch this 291.50 level. This needs to hold this blue line. As long as it holds, we are heading for this gap fill. All right, folks, I will see you all tomorrow. I will post a recorded link after I'm done. Good luck trading.